death. Community gather. Life. Where's that? Life and death. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Life and death. Man, I really want to talk about this health too, man. I really want to talk about health, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then next week we'll talk about health. Cause I need to get back into that. You know, I've been talking about a lot of spiritual, high vibrational shit, man. But you can't be spiritual, you can't be high vibrational, or at least tap into that if your health ain't in order. How everybody doing? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Tonight we're gonna talk about life and death. So, what's poppin', Kayla? Grand. I pray all is well with you, Queen. What's poppin'? What's poppin', man? I appreciate you, bro. What up? All right, man. I love your channel for sure. I appreciate you. Thank you. So look, y'all know how we do. Finna vibe out. Let everybody come on in. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and grab your oodles and noodles. Go ahead and roll up real quick. Grab your fruit, your juices. We finna vibe out. Let everybody come on in.
Yeah, senor. Look, it's gold roses in my bathtub. Water hot, Epsom salt with some essential rubs. It's gold roses on my floor too. I want God, might as well paint my floor blue. It's gold roses in my bedroom. Bandanas hanging down, that's my red room. Look, it's gold roses in my kitchen too. Everything I cook is vegan, ain't no chicken soup. Look, I write my goals and follow through, cause that's my focus. I meet my goals halfway, cause that's the local. If that shit destroy my peace, I don't care what that is. Grab a lighter, burn some sage, I don't know what that is. It's all good, keep it moving, keep that vibe right. Make sure you meditate to keep that mind right. Burn some sage, keep it moving, keep that vibe right. Make sure you meditate to keep that mind right. It's gold roses in my bathtub. Water hot, Epsom salt with some essential rubs. It's gold roses on my floor too. I want God, might as well paint my floor blue. It's gold roses in my bedroom. Bandanas hanging down, that's my red room. It's gold roses in my kitchen too. Everything I cook is vegan, ain't no chicken soup. All my niggas breathe in. All my niggas breathe out. Hey, matter of fact, burn some Palo Santo, huh? Look. Hey, take a break and smell the flowers while you still can. Better tell your folks you love them while you still can. It's gold roses in my blunt when I smoke too. Spiritual practice with these songs make me float too. These next 3 days I ain't eating, see I'm fasting. Feeling closer to my God, I got passion. See, I used to carry hate, but I got past it. So much pain up in my heart, it had me lashing. Rosemary on my temples, help with migraines. It's an honor being of service, that's on my name. A God amongst men, you can't touch me now. Controlling all my urges, you can't fuck me now. It's gold roses in my bathtub. Water hot, Epsom salt with some essential rubs. It's gold roses on my floor too. I walk God, you might as well paint my floor blue. It's gold roses in my bedroom. Bandanas hanging down, that's my red room. It's gold roses in my kitchen too. Everything I cook is vegan, ain't no chicken soup. A God amongst men, you can't touch me now. Controlling all my urges, you can't fuck me now. A God amongst men, you can't touch me now. Controlling all my urges, you can't fuck me now.
Now, I pray everyone is doing amazing. Y'all know how we doing. We vibing out real quick. Everybody come on in. Get your oodles and noodles. Get your seeded grapes. Go ahead and roll up. Pour you some wine or some drinks, you feel me? Yeah, you come as you are. You feel me? Come as you are. You feel me? Come on.
Yeah. If I didn't go, then I'm sorry. If I ain't tell you that I love you, well, I promise I do. Sometimes, yeah, I may forget, but you ain't walking my shoes. So much trauma down that road, you had no choice. You trying to speak, but they wouldn't listen, you had no voice. See, I understand how you feeling, no more feelings. See, I understand your love healing, but it's killing, It's like your heart was up for grabs and they just stealing, That ice running through your veins, now you chilling, See, I'm just trying to give more than I receive now. I started meditating, trying to find some peace now. I changed my diet, vibrating higher, no sheeps now. And burn some sage, make your bed, change your sheets now. If I ain't tell you I love you, well I do. Seeing this blunt, I got lavender and chamomile. I'm sitting back reminiscing, I ain't have a meal. I'm speaking affirmations to the sun and the sunlight. Angels round these braids, I escaped that gunfight. I feel the chill up in my bones, my spirit elevated. It's like I'm finally going home. You gotta learn to love yourself before you love someone else. You gotta learn to give it out before you get it for yourself. Look, see what you get is what you give. Your life is your state of mind. You live it how you live. Look, respect yourself, nigga. Yeah, your life is your reflection. Bless yourself, nigga. And stop looking like everything is outside of you. Yeah, the moon, the stars is all inside of you. Look yourself in the mirror, do what you gotta do. And drop tears, cut off tears, and what you gotta do. Focus on yourself, don't let nobody bother you. And understand what you desire, should desire you. If I ain't tell you that I love you, well, I promise I do. Sometimes, yeah, I may forget, but you ain't walked in my shoes. So much trauma down the road, you had no choice. I'm trying to speak, they wouldn't listen, you had no voice. See, I understand how you feeling, no more feelings. See, I understand your love healing, and it's killing,
Come on, vibe in, man. This the last song, y'all. Then we gonna dive in, man. Welcome to the community gathering. Y'all know how we do it. We gonna vibe out. Let everybody come on in. Let everybody vibe out. Go ahead and roll up. You feel me? Get your oodles and noodles. You feel me? Get your seeded grapes. You feel me? Get your juices. You know what I'm saying? We got a nice adult little session going on, community gathering. As you can see, the topic is life and death. We gonna dive in. You feel what I'm saying? Then we gonna jump into the community gathering. You feel what I'm saying? Then we going brazy. You know how we doing it. I'm burning some frankincense and myrrh. Yeah, you know.
Andre in the game.
Yeah.
They get capped quick.
Look, see,
Be out the game early.
Yeah.
Unless they some smart ass corn.
Look, see how you do anything, it's how you do everything. I gave them all, what else to give? That shit'll drive me insane. Yeah, I've been up in them streets, I got rank, I got stain. See, I love to play chess, but I can't lose, not a game. If we ain't vibrating the same, then why the hell is you staying? See how words become the curses, better watch what you saying. Yeah, you know this shit a game, so why the hell is you playing? You know heaven in your mind, so what the hell is you praying? The Lord God has said this man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil, yet he might reach out his hand and eat from the tree of life and live forever. He called the name of the place Pineal, said, I have seen God face to face, and yet my life has been preserved. The light of the body is in the eye, therefore if your eye is clear, your whole body will be full of light. The kingdom of God does not come with observation, nor will they say here it is or there it is, for remember the kingdom of God is within you. This then is the message which we have heard from him and they have cleared to you. God is light and in him is no darkness at all, yet darkness and light come from him. I have said ye are God, sons of the Most High, but you shall die like mere men and fall like the princes. When two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. I said when two or more are gathered in my name. Ashe-o, Amen. I shall leave as I come. Look, see how you do anything, that's how you do everything. I gave my all, what else to give? That shit'll drive me insane. Yeah, I've been up in them streets, I got rank, I got stains. See, I love to play chess, but I can't lose, not a game. Unlocking DNA, the only constant is change. Better learn to hear yourself cry and grow through the pain. You in control of your own life, you better watch what you say. You see the devil lies in details, better watch what you pray.
Hey, man, you know, we got to vibe out real quick, man. Let everybody come on in. You know, get the energy right. Get the vibes right. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. It's probably underground music. Nah, it ain't underground music. I promise you that. This song is called Surface Levels by Tone Levels. The song is called the song is called Surface Levels by Tone Levels, you feel me? But look, welcome to the community gathering. Yeah, I know how we doing. I'm over here bringing some frankincense and myrrh. I got my seeded grapes. You feel what I'm saying? Going brazy. I pray everyone is doing amazing. How everybody feeling tonight, man? How everybody feeling? Everybody feeling good? Everybody feeling good? I'm also recording over here, y'all. So when y'all see me going back and forth, I'm going back and forth because I'm recording over here for my YouTube. But yeah, man, look, man, welcome back to the community gathering. I pray everyone is doing amazing. I pray everyone is doing beautiful, prosperous, man. You know, I love it. I love it. I love it. Good. Feeling amazing. There we go. Can't complain. I hear you. I feel you. I feel you. Fresh grape juice. Yeah, man. All that. Well, actually, the juice I'm drinking is watermelon. And I put some activated charcoal with some Ethereum gold inside of it. Y'all don't know what Ethereum gold is? Look it up. Very good for the brain. Very good for the vibrations and the frequency of the brain. You feel me? But yeah, so boom. I pray everyone is doing amazing, man. We back with another community gathering. As y'all can see, the topic is about life and death. We finna dive deep real quickity split, you feel me? Then we're gonna jump into the community gathering. If this is your first community gathering, welcome. I pray you are doing amazing. I appreciate you and honor you and respect you and thank you for joining the community because, of course, like I always say, I'm more thankful for y'all because if there's no community, you know, there's no community gathering. Without y'all, there'd be no community gathering. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all. I honor y'all. I respect y'all. Shout out to every last being that is on this platform. Tune into the community gathering. If this is your first time again, if you have any questions for me as we go through my topic or whatever the case may be, all you got to do is put the questions in the question box, right? And if you want to join on the community gathering and have a face-to-face through this portable device, you know, you could join in and get right. You know what I'm saying? And we can elaborate and expound on a couple things and et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, I pray everyone is doing amazing. Y'all know how I like to, start the community gathering, man. I like to start it with a nice little meditation, 30 seconds to a minute, not too long, so we can go ahead and get started. Again, if this is your first time, you know, I gotta explain everything. You know what I'm saying? If it's not your first time, forgive me, for I am not sorry. I gotta explain it so we all can understand, and overstand everything, and also so I can instill, you know, the knowledge and the wisdom inside of our subconscious to not only reprogram our subconscious, but to remember who we are. So I like to start off the community gathering with, you know, the sound bowl. This right here is tuned to the third eye, purple quartz, right? So we're going to do 30 seconds to a minute. Please be mindful of your breathing, right? If this is your first time, I am, I always tell all my individuals, all my communities, my supporters, the community that as we're going through this 30-second to a minute meditation, make sure you're breathing deep. First off, breathing deep within the abdomen, right? Also making sure you're breathing in and out of your nose only. All right, breathe in and out of your nose only. Why? Because we want to control the breath. All right, we want to control the breath. All right, so let's jump into it. 30 seconds to a minute. Then we're going to jump into prayer. And then we're going to jump into life and death. Again, if y'all see me going back and forth, I always be forgetting that I'm also recording over here. So if y'all see me going back and forth, I got a whole nother phone right here that I'm recording. So, double focus. All right, so let's do it. Let's jump into it. I would like to give honor and thanks to the powers that be that have given me the ability to obtain knowledge, to not only obtain this knowledge, but to convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I also give honor and thanks first to every being that is on this live, to every being that will watch this live, this community gathering, to also be able to, I first give honor and thanks to every being for being a part of the community. I send that same energy out to not only be able to obtain the knowledge that may be spoken, but also to convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only teach themselves, but the people, places, and things around them. I also pray that every frequency, vibration of word, every vibration, every frequency that's spoken tonight vibrates on the frequency and the vibration of life, power, love, and truth. I give honor and thanks, and I speak life and power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheo, Amen, Amen, and all of the above. What's popping, y'all? All that you shall subscribe to, by the way. What's popping, man? What's up? How everybody feeling, man? I ain't get enough check-ins. I ain't getting enough check-ins, man. How everybody doing, man? How everybody feeling? What are you feeling in this present moment? I'm in a 3 times better mood. I love it. Amazing. Yeah, 555. I see you. What's popping? Yeah. You feeling divine. I love it. What's popping? Brody? What's popping, God? 555s. I love it. Feeling gratitude. Yeah, that's the best space to be in. Gratitude and thankfulness. Right? Calmness. I love it. Sir, we need the skin regimen. Hey, I'm going to keep it gangster with you. right? Gratitude, powerful, thankful, a little anxious, but past few days, energy been amazing. I love it. You know, take some deep breaths. Take some deep breaths. When you feeling anxiety and anxious, just take some deep breath, man. Full and off. Enjoy the meditation for sure. Somebody said, sir, we need the skin regimen. I'm gonna keep it gangster with you. You know, a lot of people ask me about the skin regimen. You know, first off, I would like to implement and expound and first impute that it's not about what you put on your body, but inside of your body, first and foremost. All right, again, I'm going to say that again. It's not about what you put on your body, but what you put inside of the body. Because we understand, overstand, and understand the power of the 3, 6, and the 9. I'm going to say that one more time. It's not about what you put on your body, but inside of your body. So first off, I'm very intentional what I put inside my body. But when it comes to the skin regimen, man, I'm going to keep it gangster with you, man. I just, I'll probably wash my face like every other day with black soap. And shout out to Body Love by Tidal, right? Fire. You know what I'm saying? I got a few products from her. It's called Body Love by Tidal. Got a few products from her. Brazy. All organic, all natural, all made from herbs, by the way, as well. So, damn, I'm like, damn, what's going on? For sure. Be intentional. All right, y'all. So this juice I'm drinking real quick, then we're finna dive in. It's watermelon juice, activated charcoal, and Ethereum gold. Brazy. All right, y'all. Then I gotta make sure I look over here too. All right, so look, y'all. Community gathering. Again, if this is your first time in a community gathering, if you have any questions as we go on with this community gathering, please put the questions in the question box, because this is a community gathering. You can also join me on the live, through this portable device, right? And we can have a dialogue, you know what I'm saying, face to face. So yeah, man, what's up, y'all? So boom. So as y'all can see, community gathering. We about to talk about life and death, right? The life and death. And it's really about the illusion of life and death, right? So real quick, I do want to put a disclaimer out there. Listen, I am not here telling y'all nothing new. All right. I'm just here to help you, remind you, and remember who you are. That is it. All right. I'm just here to assist in unlocking DNA, to get them light code frequencies back up and running. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I'm not here telling y'all nothing new, but to help you remember who you are. All right. So when we talk about the illusion, right, of life and death, first and foremost, I'm going to start off with saying that there is no such thing as death. Right? For neuromelanated beings. All right. There is no such thing, again, as death for neuromelanated beings. All right. And this is actually kind of like a part 2 of a quick conversation, a quick dialogue we had last week with the community gathering about us saying that we're not black, right? We are carbon beings. We are neuromelanated beings, right? What it is that neuromelanin is another scientific word for carbon, and carbon is basically another scientific name for dark matter energy. All right, and again, we spoke on this before. If you go back on my last lives, we have spoke on certain topics briefly, whatever the case may be. But again, tonight is about life and death. So you may hear a few things maybe redundant, but whatever. So the thing about it is, right, again, we are not black, right? We are carbon beings, right? Carbon, we need to understand that carbon is the backbone of every known biological molecule, which means that every natural being, every natural thing, right, that is created in this realm, right, it has a carbon backbone, right? Which all life on Earth in this plane is based on carbon, right? Carbon is where all life form is based on. Again, carbon is the scientific name for dark matter energy. So everything comes from dark matter energy, which is also called the ethers, right? Now, as we dive deeper, right, switch gears a little bit, we need to also understand that the vagina, right, the womb is a portal. All right, the womb is a portal. This is how powerful women are, right? Neuromelanated women are. You need to understand that you have the ability and the capabilities to bring a whole nother soul, a spirit soul, an electrical magnetic being, right? And transmute it from the spiritual realm, right, into the physical realm, right? Now, again, the womb is a portal to this life form, right? Now, what I'm about to, so there's a question, of course, that I ask myself a lot, and a lot of people ask around the scientific community, whatever case may be, is when does the soul, right, enter the body, right? When does the soul of this fetus enter the body? Interesting, but we're gonna dive deep into it. So now, when we switch gears a little bit, right? We have to understand that carbon, right, combined with neuromelanin gives us the ability to channel the sun, right? I said carbon combined with neuromelanin gives us the ability to channel the sun. Although they're scientifically similar, right? They're not the same, but when combined, we have the ability to channel the sun, which is why we can be in the sun for long periods of time, which is why being in the sun, right, for those that don't know, the sun vibrates at a certain frequency, right? It gives off the sound, and that sound gives off information, and whatever those sunlight rays hit, it communicates to that life force. It communicates to that living being. So why is this important, right? I spoke about Superman before. Right. I don't know if I spoke about this last week or the week prior, but I spoke about how Superman is literally about a man, right, that can channel the sun, that gets his powers from the sun. This is why it's very important to be in the sun, right, for a long period of time, because it stimulates the neuromelanin pathways. It stimulates your carbon. It stimulates your dark matter energy, and it unlocks DNA, right? Now, in the scientific community, right, dark matter energy, again, is the most powerful energy there is, period, and which is a fact, right? Let me see. All right, so in the scientific community, right, dark matter energy is the most powerful energy there is, period. Now, we need to understand that the liquid form of dark matter energy is carbon, right? So organic carbon, black, brown, red, blue, green, teal, right, expresses itself, right, through the human body, right? And this human being, right, have melanin to not protect them from the sun, but to feed off the sun. You understand what I'm saying? And so so we rewind a little bit, right? It's the reason why I said brown, red, blue, green, teal, and etc. Because the reason why I elaborated on that and emphasized that is because we need to understand that, first off, before we dropped in frequency, before our frequency dropped, right, we were red, right? We were the color teal. We were blue, hence the movie Avatar, right? And so another thing is that, which I'm going to get into, in a little minute, is that the atmosphere, the particles that we were naturally breathing in was not the particles that we're breathing in now. So what happened is that when you get carbon, right, when you get metal, for an example, carbon, right, when it's exposed to oxygen, what happens, right? It starts to rust from the outside in, and vice versa. That's all that's going on with inside of us, which is why we're brown. But naturally, right, we're red, right, we're teal, right, we're blue. You understand, and understand. I pray y'all understand, and understand me. I pray I'm not, talking too fast. You know what I'm saying? So from my perspective, right, for my realm, in my realm, I know, I don't just believe, but I know that I'm native to this land. You understand what I'm saying? I know that my ancestors, the beings that came before me, they did not come from present day Africa, even though, right, in a sense, if we look back on it, everywhere was Africa, right? But just for lack of better words, right, I know my ancestors, the beings that came before me, they did not come over here on no boats from Africa. They was already over here. Hence why when I go in the sun, I glow red. Right? As soon as I hit the sun, I glow red. So me glowing red is my natural state of being. So as I continue to higher and raise my frequency, right, through meditation, right, through eating correctly, through putting electrical things inside of my body, because again, we are electrical beings. So we need electrical things. So as I continue to raise my vibration, right, I just glow red, and it's going to get brighter and brighter as time go on, right? If you glow red, you're native to this land. I'm going to keep it gangster with you, right? This is your shit, right? And a lot of us, we came from South America, right? Which is like the Aztecs and the Mayans and the, Mexico, that little area right there, right? So why is that important? That's important because, again, when we go back to carbon and neuromelanin, right, we do not need protection from the sun. Again, we're going to go back to the life and death. Just hear me out. We got to break this. We got to break it down, right? So, boom. I want it all back, too, for sure. Get it back. You got the power. There's nothing more powerful than you. And that which you desire desires you. So it's important that we must understand that we do not need protection from the sun, right? Again, we do not need protection from the sun. We must be in the sun, right? The sun gives us vitamins and vital information. We must understand that this one sun that we are experiencing now, because if we go back in ancient times, we really had multiple suns, but that's a whole nother conversation. But the sun that we see today, right, has been here for a very long time, a very, very long time. And it holds vital information, right? Ancient information. So being in the sun is literally a source of information, right? To add on to that, right, the real form of melanin, like I articulated before, is called neuromelanin, right? So you have melanin, but the how can I say it? You have melanin, but you have the purest form of melanin, which is neuromelanin. And I said this before, that melanin is nothing but the scientific replica of neuromelanin, right? Neuromelanin, dark pigment, right? Which also translate into being magical, which makes you a god, right? Now, when we dive more into that, right? Because when we go from dark matter energy, remember, that's our source. That is the source that we came from, right? That we are from, that we are connected to, and etc. Then it breaks down into carbon, right? Then neuromelanin. Now, we must understand that basically when we take a bird's eye view of this information, right, we are nothing but dark matter energy personified. So now we must break it down into like, okay, well, our bodies are not bodies, right? The bodies is even the term body isn't even the correct termage to use, right? The proper name is avatar. Right? That is the proper name, which is why hence the movie Avatar, right? Even when you go back to the first movie of Avatar, right? And he goes inside of that machine and he becomes an avatar, right? That was metaphysical. Even the beings in Avatar was more metaphysical. That's why I always say you can't watch the movie. You got to watch the movie. So again, our bodies and our bodies, this is avatars, right? We are spiritual and soul beings, right? Inhabiting this flesh, right? So we are in an avatar, right? Our soul and spirit is inside of an avatar, which is controlling this flesh. This is why in the beginning of this live, I said that when we do the 30-second to a minute meditation, right? Breathe in and out of your nose, because it's very important to do that to be able to control the flesh. A lot of times we get in the habit of letting the flesh control us. Hence, meditation. You understand? Meditation. A lot of people can't sit in silence. A lot of people cannot meditate because their minds are always going. What does that mean? That means your flesh is controlling you. You don't know how to sit still. You always have to move. You always have to do something. This is your flesh controlling you. This is why it's very important to understand this, because once you get in the habit of not letting your flesh control you, but controlling the flesh, you become more spirit and soul. Which is why I fast a lot. Also, fasting assists in that, because when you fast, right, on the physical level, yes, your body, on a metaphysical level, of course, it could be spiritual reasons. But then when we break down the physical level, first off, we have to understand that when you're fasting, right, the first step of fasting is now your cells, your bacteria, your organs are breaking down the toxins and the backed up toxins and metabolic waste that has been sitting inside of your body, right? So that's the first part of fasting. Then when you continue and prolong this fast, you need to understand that now you are getting in the space of you're killing your flesh, right? In a sense. So as you're killing your flesh, your soul and spirit becomes more forefront, which is why those individuals that fast for 30 days and 42 days and 60 days and 90 days, right? They can see things before they come. They astral project like this. They can close their eyes and just astral project. Why? Because they're becoming more spirit and soul being. This is why it's very important to understand, overstand, and understand that this right here is nothing but the avatar. This right here is nothing but flesh. It's even in the ancient scripts when it comes to eating. It says these humans have let their stomachs become gods. I said these humans has let their stomach become their god, which is why it's very important, right, to control what you put inside your body, how much you put inside of your body, and also understanding, overstanding, and understanding when are you putting something inside of your body. And we're going to get into that next week. Next week, we jump into the health, because I'll be getting a lot of questions, a lot of emails about health and when to eat and food, and is this healthy, is this not healthy? Man, I'll be sending out at least 100 emails every single day. You know what I'm saying? At trying to respond to certain DMs. Although I say don't DM me, email me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing my best to respond because I got to get this information out. But I'm going to convert into more food and health, you know what I'm saying, things next week as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a herbalist. So I pray y'all understand and understand that, right? You need to understand that you are not your body. You are a multi-dimensional being. Again, you are multi-dimensional being. We leave our bodies every time we go to sleep, every time we rest, right? It's called a journey. Yeah. I pray everyone understand and understand everything that I'm articulating. Recipe for them wraps. I get them wraps from Tassili's out here in Atlanta. Hey, y'all drop some nines, drop some fives, drop some threes real quick so I can make sure y'all really understanding what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I pray I'm not talking too fast either. Y'all know how I get, man. You know what I'm saying? I get excited. I get ready. I get hyped. You feel what I'm saying? I got my seeded grapes tonight. You feel me? I got my watermelon juice with my activated charcoal and my Ethereum gold up in this mug. You feel what I'm saying? All right, for sure. Okay, for sure. I see the numbers. Okay, for sure. All right, for sure. I gotta make sure I keep looking over here too, man. I got my other phone recording for YouTube, man. For sure. Y'all paying attention. I love it. 369, baby. Just another distraction, your vessel. For sure. All right, for sure. I bet. So when we jump back in it, right? Switch gears a little bit. Now, when we jump back into, right, the woman having a portal, right? We have to understand something. Birth is the first portal, right? You go through this portal, right, to enter life, to enter this realm, right? And as a carbon being, you then gain soul, spirit. And again, back to the question, when does the soul, the spirit enter the body while being in the womb, right? Interesting question. So you need to understand that there are human beings, first and foremost, right? There are human beings that have melanin. Let him who have ears here. And this melanin is what protects them from the sun, right? Then you have human beings that do not have any melanin, and they don't have protection from the sun at all. And now you have beings, right, that has neuromelanin, and they don't need protection from the sun at all, right? They absorb the sun. Why is that important? First off, it's important because if we go back in history, right, and we rewind a little bit, and remember when I spoke about how we dropped in frequency, there was a time in history, right, that we volunteered to drop our frequency. Let me explain. So when the Europeans, right, when the human beings came over here to start a war and enslave us, we lost, whatever, right? They labeled us as 3/5 of a human. All right, remember this. They labeled us as 3/5 of a human. Now we got to think to ourselves, okay, because they know who we are, by the way, right? But it's like, okay, if they labeled us as 3/5 of a human, then what was the rest of the percentage, right? Now, why is this important with what I said about we volunteered to drop our frequency, right? We volunteered because then when they gave us that label, right? When they gave us that label of 3/5 of a human, we didn't like it. We didn't like it. So we started protesting, right? We started contacting different individuals to get laws across to label us as fully human. We volunteered to drop our frequency. Of course, by lack of knowledge, by lack of understanding, because you have to understand it's a reason why they labeled us as 3/5 as a human. What was the other percentage? God. The other percentage, energy, frequency, vibration. So it's very important to understand that is very important to understand that specific piece, what I just spoke on, because we are all not the same. Remember what I just broke down. You have neuromelanin, you have melanin, then you have no melanin. We are all not the same. I pray everyone understand what I'm saying. So beyond that, we have to understand that our soul is magnetism, right? Our soul is magnetism, which is the ability, our ability to attract things to us through our mind, our thoughts, our words, and our actions. That's our soul. Our spirit is what is electrical, electricity. Right now, Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because we have to also understand that you have high vibrational human beings. Again, you got the gods and you got the human beings, right? You have to understand that you have high vibrational human beings that are probably in here. I give honor and thanks to you all as well, because you all are a part of the community gathering, the community. So you have high vibrational human beings. Because because these high vibrational human beings, they know who they are. They know where they come from, and et cetera, et cetera. They accept the truth, right? And the truth shall be. Versus you have low vibrational human beings that teach us lies, that keep us in the blind. And even if it affect their own, right? So again, our soul, magnetism. So the reason why I brought that up is also because you have to pay attention to the beings that surround you that don't have a soul, right? But has a spirit. But then you also got to but then you also have to understand that you can have individuals around you that do not have a soul nor a spirit. So when they transition, well, I'm not even going to say transition. So when they die, right? That's it. When they die, that's it. There's nothing else. Hence, the movie Get Out. Right? I tell y'all, don't watch the movie. You got to watch the movie. It's the reason why there was transferring consciousness, switching brains. In a sense, right? Why? Because that's it for them. There is nothing else after they die. Why? Because there are a group of individuals that were created by way of gene splicing. I'm going to break this down in another live. Right? I'm going to break this down in another live. There's this thing called gene splicing. All right? Now, we got to understand that as beings, right? We come here on a mission, right? With a contract. We come here with a contract that we have signed for our higher selves. The reason why I'm bringing that up is also because age doesn't matter. Again, we're going back to life and death. Y'all know I got to break this shit down, right? We need to understand that our earthly age, like when somebody always asks me how old I am, I say my human body, my fleshly age is 25, right? Yes, that's the story of Yakub. We can break that. Hey, look, we can break that down on the next lives, right? But again, my fleshly age is 25, but my soul, my spirit, light years. Light years. Light years. We have to understand that the age is the biggest illusion. Think about it. Age. Aging. Getting old. Even when you think about birthdays, right? Celebrating birthdays is a ritual. Listen, I know some people are going to get mad at me. That's bull. The truth do not give a fuck about feelings. I said the truth don't give a fuck about feelings. So even when it comes to birthdays, think about it. It's a ritual, right? Birthdays is a ritual. The song that you're singing, happy birthday to, like, even when you listen to that, if you take out the emotional attachment that you have to that song when you sing happy birthday and you analyze that song doesn't even sound bull. Cool for those that, the colloquialism. The song doesn't even sound attractive. Happy birthday to... Think about it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's a fucking ritual, right? Then, by celebrating your birthday, you're casting the spell of you getting older, because now the spell that has been casted upon you due to that they have casted upon about the age and time, right? Now you're emotionally and psychologically, right? Now you're emotionally and psychologically attached to old age. So now your perspective is, I'm getting older. And like I always tell you, what you give your attention to, you give your energy to. What you give your energy to, you give your life force to. That what you give your life force to grows. You begin to believe. So as you're going through these birthday rituals every year, believing that you are getting older by way of the spell of time and age that they have casted upon you, y'all ain't listening to me, man. See, we so emotionally attached to these rituals and to these holidays, right? Come on, man. Then when you think about it, first off, I'm 25, right? And shout out to 19 Keys for this perspective, by the way. Right? I'm 25, right? I've never been 50. Right? I've never been 50. But I've been 13 before. So now we got to ask ourselves, which one is an old age and which one is a new age? See, you see the fucking spell? You see the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's brazy, man. It's brazy. And you need to understand and overstand that with age comes wisdom. Like I said in a few lives back, wisdom comes with experience. So not as you get older, but as you transcend. Not as you get older, but as you go through your transitions. Come on, man. As you go through your chapters. That is not bound to end, but it's just bound to create a new book. Whew. Y'all ain't listening to me right now, man. I think I'm talking to myself, man. I'm talking to myself. Y'all ain't listening to me. Listen, the grapes I'm eating is seeded. That's why they so juicy, and that's why you may hear me smack. So please forgive me, for I am not sorry. This is life. It's information in these grapes, right? I'm an electrical being. I need electrical things. All right, let's move on, y'all. Life and death, the illusion. Right? We need to understand that our souls are timeless. Our souls are timeless. Before his story, right? It was just us. Before time, it was just us. Before age, it was just us. If you go outside right now, right? And if you have that ability, go talk to a bird. Ask the bird, hey, bird, what time is it? And the bird don't even know what the bird doesn't even know it's a bird. The bird just know it's consciousness. So even just the labels, like, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But go ask the bird what time it is. Right? The bird gonna look at you brazy. Like, what you mean what time it is? Nigga, it's right now. What you mean what time it is? It's right now. How old am I? I'm being. What are you talking about? What is oldness? What are you talking about? This is what the bird is going to respond to you. This is what the bird is going to say to you when it responds. It's now. I have no age. I'm just being. I'm being. Like right now. Yeah. Like right now. It's now. Like right now. Yeah, facts. Right? You need to understand that you came here on a mission. Right? How do you know you're a God? Because you have a soul and a spirit. You have life force. Your magnetism and electricity all at the same time. Your magnetism and your electricity all at the same time. You need to understand, overstand, and understand that we are connected to every natural living thing. We are connected to the sun. I expounded on this. We're going to dive into the life and death. We're going to get there. Trust me, we're going to get there. Y'all be bold. I mean, shit, we already there pretty much. It's an illusion. We're frequency, we're energy, we're vibration. I've been breaking it down the whole time. I've been breaking it down the whole time. We are connected to the sun. We are connected to all natural living things. We are dark matter energy manifested, personified. Think about it. I explained this before, right? Let's say you're having a conversation. The body, the flesh, yes, the body does age and eventually die, correct? Yes, but again, if we go back to what I said in the beginning, right? We are not our flesh. We are not our body. Let him who have eyes hear. Let him who have eyes see. Okay, anyway, again, we are soul and spirit beings. Right? We are connected to every natural living thing. Think about it. When you're having a conversation, when you're having a dialogue with someone, and you may instantly forget what you're going to say. You're going to say, And as soon as you say, you remember what you remember what you was about to say. Why is that? Because the sun is the most highest frequency that we have in this present moment. Right? The sun, right? The sun vibrates at a frequency. Right? The sun emits different frequency, different hertz at any given time, whatever the case may be. But the highest frequency that the sun emits and the sound is So it's a reason why monks sit there in because they're channeling the sun. It's a reason why subconsciously, when you're having a conversation with somebody and you forget what you was about to say, it's a reason why your soul, your spirit remembers and tells your subconscious to tell your conscious to say to channel the sun so you can remember what you was about to say. Understand something, man. We are soul and spirit beings. We are not this flesh. My mama talking about I'm excited. Mama, I just get passionate when I'm on this motherfucker, man. I get passionate, man, when I'm teaching my people, man. Because, teaching y'all, I'm reteaching myself. Y'all are my reflection. Right? What's popping reflection? What's popping reflection? You my reflection. When I disrespect you, I'm disrespecting myself. We are not this flesh. It's also in the Bible. It says these humans, these men, their stomachs has become their gods. Why did he say that? Because we eat too fucking much. I just spoke about fasting. We eat too goddamn much. Then we don't even know the times when we don't even know the times, the perfect times we should be intaking food when our body is in the most acidic state between 12 and 4 p.m. Meaning that our stomach, right? Our stomach is producing This chemical called hydrochloric acid. Again, we are connected to nature. We are the most connected. We are the closest to plants. The major thing that plants need is the sun. We are highly connected to the sun. Why is it that at 12 p.m. between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. when the sun is in its highest state, why is our right? Why is it right? Let me rewind. Why is it that between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m., right, that the sun is in its highest position in the sky? That in our body, our stomach, right, our stomach produces this chemical called hydrochloric acid. Why is that? Because we are connected to the sun. When the sun is in its highest state, the hydrochloric acid inside of our stomach is in its highest state, used to break down food. We are connected to the sun. For a man, when you wake up in the morning, yeah. Why is that? When the sun rises, you rise. Come on, man. I pray everyone understand everything I'm saying. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. And then let me see. I'm going to talk about, because I want to talk about school, etymology. So y'all give me about 10 more minutes and we gonna get into the community gathering. Again, this is your first time in the community gathering. If you got questions, put it in the question box. If you want to join me on my live, request a video. Let me see what y'all talking about. They messing with the live. I'm most hungry between those times. Hello. You're most hungry between those times because your body, the hydrochloric acid inside of your stomach is going brazy. It's up. So this is between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. is when you should have your heaviest meal. Now the hydrochloric acid bust down, get right. You feel what I'm saying? Get up out of there, get the food up out of there. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And then in between those times, and then in between those times, in the meantime, in between time, right? You're supposed to be now, right? Taking libations. I'm telling you, hey, we're going to get into this the next live, right? Because we'll be on this month for about 3-4 hours, especially trying to get into the community gathering. You gotta be taking in libations. What's libations? This watermelon juice, activated charcoal, and Ethereum gold. What's I'm not talking about wine and shit like that. I'm talking about things that feed the cell, things that feed the ancestors that came before you. Because you got to understand that you are your ancestors. You are your ancestors. So if you are your ancestors, that means you feed your ancestors through you. Come on, man. Now, like I said, in the meantime, between time, you need to be intaking libations. H3O. You could do a little H2O2. I advise, fruit water, the highest vibrational, highest frequency water that you can intake. Yeah, feed your ancestors through you. It's a reason. It's interesting because I was having a conversation with somebody a while back, right? And they got an altar for their ancestors, whatever the case may be, right? And they were saying that they feed their ancestors. They are like, they eat more natural, but they feed their ancestors meats and all this and that because that's what their ancestors ate. And in my perspective, I'm like, but yeah, it's a reason why you eat natural though. It's a reason why you don't eat those things. It's a reason why your DNA and information unlocked inside of you so you don't have to go back and eat what they ate. It's the reason why you're eating what you know what I'm saying, what you eating. So even from my perspective, right? I'm gonna feed my ancestors the shit I eat. Man, listen, we eating vegan food. We eating natural food. We finna drink some seeded grape juice. We finna put some key limes and some ginger in this motherfucker, and we gonna call it a day. Why? Because we're gaining this information. We're gaining the information. What information we need from a cow? When we can go pick an orange that grows closest to the sun. Are y'all not understanding? I keep bringing up the sun. You know what I'm saying? Why not why not get a big ass plate and bust down a big ass plate of fruit? We got the rubitins, we got the seeded grapes, we got the watermelons, we got the burro tie bananas. You feel me? We got the papayas. Then we sprinkled a few papaya seeds on there, you know, to get the parasites up out of there just in case we was dipping and dabbing. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Then we got the key lime sprinkled all over it. Whew. We got the key lime sprinkled all over it. Then we got the watermelon juice. You feel me? Got the pineapple juice. Yeah. All of this grow closer to the sun. So now it's like, how dare I feed my ancestors or on my listen, some gonna be mad at me, but hey, the truth don't give a fuck about feelings. How dare I feed my ancestors some shit that I don't eat? It's a reason why my DNA unlocked. It's a reason why this information has came to me. It's a reason why this information came to me. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's a reason why this information came to me. It's a reason why I'm drinking what I'm drinking. It's a reason why 8 years ago, right, when I looked up what GMO was, and as soon as I started eating all organic meat and eating all organic dairy and et cetera, it's a reason why more information came to me and inspired me to transition to just eat seafood and chicken. Then it's a reason why more information came to me to transition me into just vegetarian. And then when I hit vegetarian, it's a reason why information just came to me and dropped in my lap to eat more than that. It's a reason why. Nothing happens for no reason. You have to understand that you got thousands of ancestors in your DNA, in your blood. You're made up of 150 trillion cells. Queen, you saying you on pescatarian now? I salute you. Remember, be patient with yourself. 1 brick a day, you will eventually have your house. So keep going through them steps. I'm proud of you. But it's the reason why. Come on, man. We can't ignore the reasons. We can't ignore the signs. Ignoring the signs is stupidity. See, it's okay to be ignorant. I'm going to keep it gangster with you. It's okay to be ignorant. Because when you're ignorant, you can learn. And then you can implement that knowledge, which is masculine, and make it wisdom, which is feminine. Hello. But once you learn the information and you don't apply it, that's stupidity at that point. So when we come down here, right? When we come back down here, because most of us has been here so many times and we didn't even know we're not even supposed to be going into the light. We need to go into the dark, hence the moon, but we ain't even finna get into that. So when we come down here, we have contracts. But see, we have to understand that based off the programming, right? Based off the programming and the indoctrination, right, of our community. Now the contracts, now we forget why we even came down here. We forget why we came down here as soon as we enter preschool, as soon as we go to daycare. You got to think about it. The etymology of school. Right? The etymology of school means to hold back in or to train a dog. You have to understand that school is a 12-step programming brainwashing system. Again, it is a 12-step brainwashing system. School, the etymology of school. Get the dictionaries, right? Get the book, the etymology book. You feel what I'm saying? School. To hold back and or to train a dog. Now, do what you got to do, Queen. King, do what you got to do. Put the babies in school. Get yourself right so now you can homeschool them, right? Not only homeschooling them, now you're teaching them how to grow some food. Now you're teaching them about being self-sufficient. Now you're teaching them about the real things that actually matter, because we have to understand that in between the 1960s and the 1970s, the CIA and the FBI infiltrated the schools. Think about it. Around those times, all carbon beings was getting jobs right after school. Why? Because in schools we had trade programs. We knew how to plumb toilets. We knew about growing. We knew how to build. We knew how to construct wood. We knew all of these things about doing with our hands. But what happened was between the 1960s and the 1970s, 1980s, right? The CIA and the FBI infiltrated all schools around the nation and took out all of the hands-on classes. So now all we got is science, math, and the extra shit, which now we're forced to go to a college to try to do. Man, let him who have ears hear. Let him who have eyes see. What's understood, overstood, and understood don't have to be explained. So the reason why is that important? It's important because, again, we come down here for contracts. We come down here for a purpose. But as soon as we get down here, within the first 4 to 5 years, we completely forget why we even came down here. By way of our environment, the indoctrination and the programming of our environment that pulls us in. The way society is structured. You have to understand that they've been manipulating our entire being. Since the time that we were born, since the time we was in the wombs. We are electrical beings and we need electrical things. We also need to understand that everything we do, because we are electrical beings, everything we do leaves an electrical imprint in the Akashic records. For those that do not know what Akashic records is, I advise you to look up what Akashic Records is. Start doing some meditation. Start looking it up on YouTube and Google. That's the new school, by the way. Hint. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. You know, because most of us, we got a whole portal device, computer in our hands, and we don't look nothing up. We look nothing up. We just say shit. When somebody sneezes, because we've been programmed and indoctrinated to say bless you. Now, every time somebody sneezes, we say bless you. Right? When we break down the etymology of bless, it means to be less. Then don't let us add God on there. God bless you. Be less than you. Be less than God. That's why it's important to look this stuff up. Queen said, got to rewrite the DNA. Hello. You got to upgrade the DNA, especially the shift that just happened, that done happened, that's still happening. What? It's all kind of upgrades. Ain't no more downloads. We ain't getting no more downloads. None of that. We getting uploads and upgrades. We ain't going down no more. We getting uploads and we getting upgraded. So as we going through this shift, as we've been going through this shift, now you got to do the due diligence by way of your flesh, your temple, your soul, your spirit, and start upgrading yourself. Because you can, of course, you can automatically, go ahead and start going through your shift. But again, knowledge not applied by way of wisdom is stupidity. So you got to apply the knowledge that you gain. You got to apply it. You got to start meditating. You got to start changing your diet. You got to start going through your transition. You got to start upgrading yourself. It's important to start upgrading. If the energy, the frequency, and the vibration is upgraded, you think you just finna upgrade just because everything else upgrading? Boy, stop. That's the problem. Motherfuckers think everything just all sweet, love, and light. Boy, okay. Keep playing. Keep on playing. You think everything love and light. In conclusion, death is not real for us. We are energy, and energy does not die. We are eternal beings. Go watch the movie Eternals. Break that down. Don't watch the movie. Watch the movie. Death is not real for us. We do nothing but transcend And a lot of us, we just come back to this motherfucker. And we keep coming back, and we gonna keep coming back, and we gonna keep coming back until we learn and do the shit that we need to do. It's the reason why in our community, while we subconsciously say, when we see a little baby that just being born that's 3 years old, and we say, oh, he been here before. It's a reason why we say that. Everything don't happen for no reason. It's a reason why we say, oh, he 4 years old and doing that? Oh, that boy done been here before. Oh, she 5 years old doing? Oh, she done been here before. Hey, telling you, it's a reason why. Especially the babies that's coming in now. Whoo. Shit, the babies that's coming in now, listen, they volunteered to come down here. A lot of the babies that's coming in now, they're volunteering to come down here to wreck this shit down. What? If you having babies right now, you need to be learning from them. That's what you need to unlearn, and you need to relearn through them, because they coming straight from the God realm. And a lot of them volunteered to come down here to turn this system over. A lot of the babies that's coming in today, oh, them the ancient ancestors from 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years ago. I'm telling you, you need to learn through them. Heal through, you know what I'm saying? Heal that inner child through them. You feel me? Yeah, I'm telling you. My son broke me down. I'm telling you, what? My son, every time I'm around my son, I'm just, He only 3, but you get the gist. What? I'm paying attention. I'm just observing. I'm soaking the game up because I already know. What? Man, listen, y'all better pay attention to them babies. I'm telling you, they coming straight from the God realm. Death is not real for us. You need to understand, overstand, and understand the belief in time is the only reason why death is believable. The belief in time, the spell. The spell of time is the only reason why death is believable. Before there was time, it was just us. It was just being present. Time does not exist. It's man-made. Right? Although, of course, we have to adapt to it. But we have to adapt and observe it. But we must understand, overstand, and understand as well that it's important to observe time, right? And not absorb time. Because once you absorb time, you become time, and now you're old. Oh, I'm 30. I'm 35. I'm 39. Shit, I'm touching 50. God damn, I'm getting old. Listen to what you're telling the 150 trillion cells that you're made of. Then you 52, right? You 60. Oh, I'm getting back pain. Oh, I feel like I'm getting old. It's back pain. And guess what? That back pain is going to get worse and worse and worse because you're speaking spells over your 150 trillion cells that you are made up of. Your energy, your frequency, your vibration, the DNA that's inside of you react to what you think, say, and do. Death is not real. The belief in time is what makes death real. When the avatar is over and done, our soul and spirit transcend. It transcend into another realm. I don't know why this not lighting up. It's bull. It's the reason why. The energy. I'm controlling the fire right now. I'm controlling the smoke. It's the energy in this month. Yeah. It's the reason why it's not lighting up. Controlling the energy. When the avatar is over and done, Our soul and spirit transcend into another realm. If not, come back down here. Like I said, if we go into the moon, right? If we go into the moon, I pray y'all understood, overstand, and understand, and overstand and understand everything that I spoke on tonight. We are an hour in. You know, I like to dive into the community gathering because I see a lot of questions. Yeah, I see a lot of questions. A lot of people want to join in. Yeah, facts. No. Nah, the movies tell us to go into the light. Go into the light. Go into the light. The movies tell us that. Well, the movies that I've seen, when we actually need to be going into the darkness. Watch, for those that didn't watch Soul, watch the movie. Watch the movie Soul on Disney. And like I said, don't watch the movie. Watch the movie. All right? Let me add somebody on here real quick. Let me add somebody on here, man. Real quickly split. Let me go down. Oh, bet. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. What's poppin', Queen?
What's good?
How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
I am doing amazing, Queen. I'm doing amazing.
Feeling supreme?
Yes.
As you should. I
say to that.
Yo, so I was telling you to teach them how to breathe, because what I realize is that a lot of people breathe incorrectly. And they breathe in reverse. Yeah. So whenever I get with clients to do guided meditations, I recognize that they're breathing the opposite way. But if we look back until the children are breathing the correct way. Right? So when people breathe in, they're usually, when they breathe in, what they're doing is like, you breathe in and they're sucking in their stomach. And then when they breathe out, they're exhaling their stomach. And that's the complete backwards. It's backwards.
Wow.
Right? And that happens, though, once people start, growing up in the indoctrination and stuff like that. So things start to get reversed. And people start breathing incorrectly. And then that's why people can't even control their emotions, because they're breathing incorrectly.
Facts.
But what's up, y'all?
Facts. Queen just said something for real. And it's interesting that you say that, because a few weeks ago, I just finished a book called Breathe, right? And it was so powerful because it broke down how even people that get programmed to breathe out of their mouth, right? What happens is that their jawline, their jaw structure even shrinks. And what happens is that their teeth start to become crooked. Because what happens is the correct way you're supposed to breathe as well, to complete that microcosmic orbit inside of the body, is having your tongue right behind the teeth, connected to the roof of your mouth as you're breathing in your nose and out of your nose. And what it does is it expands your jawline, so your teeth, all your teeth can grow in. Hence why I don't have any of my wisdom teeth pulled at all, because my jawline is wide and big enough for all my teeth to come in. That's how important it is to breathe.
They tell us to take them out, but really we don't have to
at all.
Really, we don't have to. I'm like, why do they call it wisdom teeth? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Also, and then we understand like the chakras are in the mouth as well.
Exactly. It's powerful. And then even breaking down the wisdom teeth, like for those that have pain when the wisdom teeth is growing in, it's the reason why. It's actually constructed, because what happens is that when you have pain anywhere inside of the body, there are new neural pathways become created inside the brain that actually expands the brain.
Right. Exactly that. Exactly. And they don't want it. And they don't want the cerebral spinal cord fluid to flow through the body. They don't want any of that to happen.
man.
You don't want any of that to happen. I wanted to tell, you know how you were just talking about how like the tongue, but putting the tongue behind the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So you know when you're sleeping and like, I don't know, you know how when you wake up, you like, damn, I was sleeping with my mouth wide open.
Mm-hmm.
But what I realized is that the tongue be at the roof of the mouth.
Yeah, facts.
And so that's where we astral project out of our mouth.
Yes.
And people don't know that our soul comes out of our mouth.
Ooh.
And you know, like even with animals, like you could see them just projecting out the mouth. So once I learned, like, okay, so this is where we travel through. That's the portal.
Wow.
So when you sleep, you got to make sure that, like, unless people want to lucid sleep, I mean, it's really up to people and what they choose to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, that roof of the mouth, even just meditating with the roof of the mouth. So if y'all don't know how to breathe, the proper way to breathe, because I'm gonna show y'all and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah, show Queen.
All right, so the proper way to breathe is you want to sit up right, first of all. You want to make sure, and you always want to make sure your posture is good. Like for me, I don't care what I'm doing, where I'm at, I always make sure I have good posture. That's just, as a god, as a goddess, you want to make sure you have good posture. All of this and like, it's not cute. First of all, you want to make sure you're walking upright. You want to make sure you're walking with your chest expanded, your chin, you know what I'm saying, leveled to the floor. You want to make sure you're able to keep your head on a swivel so you can see all things. So make sure your chest is, you know, expanded. Make sure it's feeling good, it's proper. And then what you want to do is when you inhale, you want to bring the breath completely all the way down into the stomach, all the way down into the abdomen. With women, I tell them to bring it down all the way into the uterus. This creates some ovary breathing. And ovary breathing it's an expanded practice, which is Tantra. Expanded practice in Tantra that allows you to control the way your ovaries are, egg release, emotions, all of that other stuff. But anyways, that's a whole nother practice. But anyway, so you want to make sure you're bringing the breath all the way down, and you want to make sure you're inflating the stomach, first of all, not contracting the stomach. You want to breathe in and inflate the stomach, and then you want to consciously bring the breath all the way out, and then you're going to suck the stomach in. And then remember that you also have a pranic tube, the invisible tube within the system. Excuse me. So the pranic tube is what they would call the tube that comes from the base of the spine all the way out through the root. I mean, all the way out through the crown, but it completely expands all the way up. So if you ever see those pictures where people are meditating and then they have like this light shooting out through their crown, that's the pranic tube. So once you get like adept and even learning how to breathe, you can then even start breathing from your pranic tube. There's been times I can hold my breath for a long time and just breathe from the tube. And just, this is all visualization. It's just imagination. And once you have that expanded, like you could do anything at this point.
Right.
Like the world is yours at that point.
Right.
So you want to make sure y'all breathing correctly, because it's all about how you breathe, really. Like the way you can't control your money if you can't control your emotions. You can't control your emotions if you can't control the way you breathe. You can't control the way you are with your children if you can't control the way you breathe. Like we have to relearn that process and understand that the breath is the way of life. And the more you breathe, the more you can just get to that center.
That's powerful. I appreciate you, Queen, for tapping in and expanding that knowledge and that wisdom.
Absolutely. Y'all don't forget to breathe. But yeah, I'll get it with you soon.
All right, for sure, Queen. I appreciate you.
No problem. I appreciate you too.
All right, Queen. You know, that was beautiful. That was amazing. That was very powerful. And it's interesting that she brought that up as well when it comes to the prana tube, right? Was that because, like, I used to watch anime when I was little, right? But you know, I'm watching anime. I'm not watching anime. You know, I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? But my subconscious is picking this stuff up. So one of the things that I'm kind of like tapping into is Avatar: The Last Airbender. And when I dissected Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a cartoon for those that don't know, it's interesting that he's the last air bender, right? Think about it, right? Airbender. He's the last airbender. For him being the last airbender, right? He has to master all elements. For those that don't know, right? For all elements, all the natural elements, fire, earth, water, and etc., right? They consist of air. They consist of oxygen, right? The reason why I bring that up because it's just interesting as I was, you know what I'm saying, dissecting the cartoon or whatever the case may be, and we having this conversation about air. It's like breath is very important. Breath is the exact component. Excuse me. Breath is the exact component that you need to master all elements. Like it's this dude I know, right? And I'm not even gonna speak on that. But mastering the breath, mastering breath work gives you the ability to tap into certain powers of moving certain things, right? Of moving certain things without touching them, physically touching them, right? Very, very powerful. So Queen, I appreciate you for tapping in. You know, for spreading that power, that life, that energy, wisdom. Oh, and another thing that I learned, right, about Avatar, I'm talking about one of the main things that I caught on about the TV show, the cartoon, the anime, Avatar: The Last Airbender. He is and was the most powerful airbender, right? The most powerful bender, period, of all elements there was, right? Check this though. One thing that I realized though, that he always continued to have that childlike mentality, not childish, but childlike mentality. Very important because, like Queen said, it's all about your imagination. I always tell y'all the greatest nation that we have is imagination. Once you tap into that childlike imagination, anything is possible. So I just bring that up because in the show, you know, Avatar: The Last Airbender, he always had that childlike mentality. He always had that imagination, that playful spirit, because that is what unlocks your DNA. That is what unlocks the God powers. That is what unlocks your DEA, deoxyribose etheric acid. For those that don't know what DEA is, look that up because that's us. Yeah, that's the gods, not DNA. No, I'm talking about the triple helix, not the double helix. Woo! See. I ain't talking about the double helix. I'm talking about the triple helix, not the DNA, but the DEA. Yeah. Let me ask somebody else up in here. Then I'm gonna answer a few questions, man. I'm gonna answer a few questions. Who is this? Buddy look like this. I don't know, my boy. You look like the CIA or something. All right, let's see. Let's give me some Memo. You raise your hand. Come on to the front of the class. What's poppin'?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. Queen, how are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm not as well versed as a lot of you guys with, you know, healing and being very connected to trying to learn. But I do know that right now, you were talking about life and death. But I feel like at this stage in my life that like I'm being reborn, you know? I've been through so many things and now everything is coming to a head, and like all the work that I've put in, like I'm becoming more successful and things like that, and I'm happy about that. But I do feel like, first of all, I'm really a people person. I'm very social. I'm very like life of the party, you know, and I'm losing a lot of people like that I care about, and that I thought would always like be in my life. And I'm just having a hard time like accepting that. And so I'm just trying to figure out how I can be more one with myself, so that I don't feel so slighted. Why am I'm so emotional. Like I feel like when I become more one with myself, like I won't care, you know?
So one of the things that I can, and again, just a disclaimer, I can only answer these questions based off my own experience and my perspectives, right? All right. So I just want to throw that disclaimer out there. But what I can say that assisted me, right, in understanding what was going on around me when I started to transition is, one, may sound cliche, but if you look at your life, right, as a movie, right, and you break down the movies, in every movie, there's a main character. The individuals around this main character are just there to emphasize the main character. And it's emphasized the main character because now these extras become a reflection of this main character. And what happens is now, okay, is this reflection of these extras towards this main character, could it be motivation, pulling back, whatever the case may be, right? So that's what helped me from a perspective, because once I look at, the beings around me are extras emphasizing what I may need to do or the things that I need to improve on. Now, instead of pointing a finger, right, I can do self-reflection, look myself in the mirror to realize who I am. Another thing that helped me when it comes to realizing, losing people and, friendships and etc., was more so understanding that my frequency is raising. You know what I'm saying? My frequency is raising, my vibration is raising. Have you ever seen the movie The Matrix, the first one?
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that first off, you chose to come down here. You chose your family, etc., etc. So if we look at things from an esoteric realm, right? So for an example, just throwing it out there for illustration, your mom probably not even your mom. Your mom is probably nothing but an extra to emphasize you. Your mom is probably a reflection of you because, and I'm just drawing the illustration. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? But your mom could just be a reflection of you and you see her flaws, but yet it's really just your flaws that you need to work on. So just understanding that, that's one of the things that helped me. And just knowing that my frequency is raising, like it's either me or it's them. You know what I'm saying? It's either me or it's them. And one of the main things that you have to understand that you are in your realm, in your world, you are the most important main character there is. Because now without you, there is no point for the extras. So your transition, first off, it's a beautiful journey. You have to embrace it. It's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some things that you're gonna have to detox and purge from, and etc. You're gonna have to go through it. It's just a transition. A quick story. A few weeks ago, I went through a 2-week transition, 2.5-week transition of purging the people, places, and things that no longer serve me, that no longer allow me to connect to my higher self, that no longer pushes me to become the best version of myself, right? And so as I was purging, right, I realized that how can I say this? Just in a gist, right? I embraced it because I understand that I'm also the creator of my realm. I am the creator of my world. Hence, when I go back, you know, you chose this life. Whatever past lives or whatever contract, whatever the case may be, you chose this. So it's just something that you got to embrace, something that you got to embrace. Like I always say, the journey is the destination.
Yeah, and I'm in a place where I know, like, I'm tired of sweeping stuff under the rug. Like, when people are not good people and they show you who they are, you know, and like, for years, like, friendships, like, I'm not gonna believe that. Like, she wants what's best for me. Like, they care about me, but I know deep down inside that they don't. You know what I mean? But it took for me, like, I wear my jade ring, I wear my evil eye, I got my stones, you know. So I'm working on it, right? Of course, and I'm very religious as well. I go to church. I'm Baptist. So God, the higher being, is always speaking to me, and everything that He does for me, like, constantly elevating me in every aspect of my life, like pushing me like farther than I've ever gone. So yeah, I know that it's necessary, and that it's gonna happen, but I mean, that doesn't make it easier. So
one thing that I can say is that, you know, and forgive me and or correct me if I'm wrong, but one thing that I can see and feel based off the words and the vibration that's coming, you know, off of your tongue, is that you need to start trusting yourself. The reason why I say that is because a few moments ago you said that you've seen the signs, basically, but yet you swept it under the rug. So now here comes the self accountability. Okay, well, now am I pointing the finger at them?
yeah.
But am I pointing the finger at me? Because now I see the signs, but yet I'm making the conscious choice and the decision to, you know what I mean? So it's very important to start trusting yourself and your intuition and your gut feeling, because you said you subscribe to Baptist. So that inner voice, God, Jesus talking to you.
Yeah.
So you have to listen to that. Your higher self, your higher being, that is that being talking to you, communicating to you. This is not right. You need to remove yourself. You got to start trusting yourself.
I am. I'm getting better. Because the times I didn't, I mean, there's some bad times, some bad things happen, you know. And had I, like, literally, like, I will have dreams of things transpiring, and they transpire. It may not be exactly the way that my dream is, but it's very close. And it's like, or in a moment where I feel like this gut feeling of like butterflies in my stomach, like fear in a way, like that fight or flight feeling. I'm ignoring it, right? And then something bad happens. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, if I would have just listened to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have avoided the situation. So I'm getting better.
And I'm proud that you are. Remember, the journey is the death. You have to embrace the journey. There is no set destination that you need to be. You are exactly where you are supposed to be in this present moment. The journey is the destination. Trust yourself. Lack of trust is the root of fear. So now you got to start doing shadow work. Okay, what is it that I'm afraid of? You know what I'm saying?
Being my strongest me, I think is my fear.
Hey, get a journal, get a pen. What is it that I am afraid of? Meditate on that. Meditate on that question and tap into it. You know what I'm saying? Start writing. If you got to release. I am afraid of this, that, and the third because of, you know what I'm saying? You got to do that inner work. So embrace it. Embrace the journey. One brick a day, you will eventually have a house. And please be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with yourself.
How'd you know?
Because I mean, shit, I had to learn patience for myself. Understanding that I am a soul, I am a God, I am a spirit, but yet I'm having a human experience. So even when I do make a mistake, I gotta forgive myself. I gotta have patience. First, I have to take a self accountability. Then I have to look myself in the mirror and be like, yeah, you fucked up, but it's okay. Try again tomorrow, and move on. And move on. I always say, if you can't control it, why worry? If you can't control it, why worry?
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I will use those things.
Yeah. I appreciate you for tapping in, Queen. Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
You do the same. Yeah, man. I pray we all just learn something through that transaction. Queen, I appreciate you for tapping into the community. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's beautiful, man. Let me answer some questions. A lot of questions going on. Let me go down real quickly. Somebody asked, do I go to church? I don't go to church. I do listen to a few motivational speakers, I would like to call them, right? I pray I answered your question. Let's see. Somebody asked, how do you feel about marriage? Is that something you want? Marriage is definitely something that I want. Western marriage ceremony and ritual is not something that I'm into. Of course, you know, if whoever I decide to marry, you know, if that's something that she desires, then so be it. One thing that I definitely not for is the getting the government involved. You know what I'm saying? All the papers and all of that shit. Because once you do that, to be honest with you, from what I've observed, love is out of the equation. Marriage now just becomes a business. So I do, you know, marriage, yeah, but my desire of marriage is to learn about the ancient rituals and the ancient ceremonies when it came to marriage and binding the soul, spirit, and etc. Honestly, I feel like having kids with someone is more binding than marriage. Why? Because you literally become one. Like you become one. Your blood is literally my blood now. You know what I'm saying? And that's my perspective, you know. Some may agree, some may not. But yeah, I pray I answered your question. Let me see. Let me see what else going on, man. It's a lot of questions in here tonight. Let me see. What do you feel happens to the soul when you pass? You transcend. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever your journey may be. Like, so shit. You may, you know, if you're conscious of, you know, if you're conscious of your transition, right, and you know where to go and what to do and how to transcend, shit. I mean, it's whatever your path may be. You may become an ancestor to your kids or to somebody that, or to a group of individuals that you may have been connected to 1,000 years, 1,000 lifetimes ago. You know what I'm saying? You may end up in another dimension. You know what I'm saying? You may end up in another multi-dimension where you come back as you. You know what I'm saying? But shit, everything is in backwards. You know what I'm saying? Everything I'm speaking is in backwards. When I eat, it's in backwards. Like, everything is backwards. Like, it's so many possibilities. So, you know, when it comes to the soul, man, I mean, it all depends on your path. It all depends on your journey. So I pray I answered your question. I pray I answered your question. Oh, what y'all? Hold on. Wait. Please, no Nick Cannon. Mom, come on now. Man, come on now. You know I want a big family, Mom. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, Dukes. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want a big family, you feel me? Probably get like 10 of them little guys around, running around. Dad. G. Oh, Dad. Hey, go sit your little butt down, boy. Go on over there and go eat some grapes, man. Go on out and fed it. I'm just playing, y'all. But, you know, I want like 10 of them guys, you feel me? Yeah, man, I want a big family, you feel me? 30 acres, think about it. Nigga, we got 30 acres of land. We got 10 houses on 30 acres of land. You feel what I'm saying? We got the school, we got the home school, right? We got the gym. You feel what I'm saying? We got the sauna on there. Boom, we got the dirt bikes with the little heels and everything. So yeah, y'all go ahead and go, you know what I'm saying? Go ride a dirt bike and fall off a couple times or something. Go do something. You feel me? Boom. You feel me? We got, like I said, I got the home school. Boom. Over there, we got the whole herbal shop. So just in case somebody get infected or sick or whatever the case may be, even though sickness is not living our reality, but you know, we still gotta prepare. You feel what I'm saying? Boom, we got the herbalists over there. You feel what I'm saying? Boom. You feel me? We got the teachers right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got the cows. We got Buddy over there taking care of the cows. We got Buddy over there taking care of the horses. You feel me? We got a whole lavender farm. You feel what I'm saying? Boom, we done got a contract with Whole Foods with you know what I'm saying, with the lavender. You feel what I'm saying? Boom, now we got little bro. He in charge of the trucks that's picking up all the lavender to ship it to Whole Foods because they need it for the they need the lavender for the essential oils, the soaps, the rubs, the lotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Yeah. You know, you ain't gotta speak that shit, man. Yeah, you know, we gotta have a whole tribe out there, y'all. You feel me? We gotta have the whole tribe out there, man. Yeah, we got the whole tribe. Where we going? We being self-sufficient. We don't need nobody for nothing. This our compound. This our generational wealth. What you mean? Where we going? For what? Y'all niggas trying to go party and go to the club? Fuck that. Give me a week. Boom. We building the club in the backyard on the compound. Boom. Well, go where? For what? Why we leaving? This our nation. Yeah. This our nation. We got the flag. We got our flag hanging up. Yeah, you step on this compound, niggas off with your head. If you step on this compound without permission, yeah, it's game time. If you step on this compound and you enter this tribe and you think you finna play with us, oh, it's off with your head. It's game time. Yeah. Come on. We got the flag hanging up. We got the nation. We got our colors and everything. Yeah, we out here. We got the whole army. We got the firing range in the back. You know what I'm saying? Where the gods and goddesses learning combat. Yeah. So just in case the god get down during combat, boom, the goddess can come in and get right on it. Like, yeah, y'all must ain't see the previews of the new movie that's coming out September 16th, The Woman King. Y'all must ain't see the previews, right? Y'all must ain't see the previews of the movie that's coming out September 16th called Woman King. It's about a king and his entire warrior nation is nothing but women defending the kingdom. What? When I seen that, I damn near wanted to cry. The reason why I wanted to cry because not only watching the movie, but not only watching the previews, right? But watching the previews, it shows you how powerful women are. It shows you, and I'm like, yes, this is the movie that the goddesses need. And I'm not just talking about the physical. Excuse me. I'm not just talking about the physical war and how powerful they are. Like I said, yeah, watch the movie. Watch it for sure. But also watch the movie. Don't just watch the movie. Watch the movie. It shows you how powerful women are. What? How the divine feminine energy protecting the kingdom. Nigga, what? When I seen that movie, I stood up. When I seen the previews of the movie, I stood up like, yes. Yes. This is what the goddesses need. So when they see this shit, it's gonna hit their subconscious mind, then it's gonna hit their conscious mind, and they gonna tap into their powers. Let me see what other questions y'all got for me real quickly. Split, you feel me? What's a good way to start a fast? The best way to start a fast, Graw BWA. The best way to start a fast, I advise you to first take it. I advise you to first
It all depends on how often you eat, right? 1 brick a day, you eventually at the house. I'm not an extremist. I'm not finna tell you to go ahead and go on a 3-day fast right now, and you probably eat 3 days, and you probably eat 3 meals a day. I would never tell nobody to do that, because not majority of the time you're not finna last. And I'm just keeping it gangster. You feel what I'm saying? Mind over matter, for sure. If you got that willpower, do it. But majority of us, we can't do that. You feel what I'm saying? Especially depending on what we've been putting inside of our body and the chemicals that is infused in the things that we've been putting inside of our temple. Once we try to fast, now our body is going through a detoxification, right? And now we getting headaches, we getting flu-like symptoms, we throwing up. Like, you can really harm yourself if you've been eating like a lot of bad things and putting a lot of bad things inside of your temple, and you try to go on a 3, 4, 5 day fast. You can harm yourself. So it all depends on, you know what I'm saying, how much you eat. But what I advise is to start training your body to only eat once a day, right? Even if you eat 3 meals a day, break down to 2 meals a day, then break down once a day. 1 brick a day, you will eventually have a house. So what I advise is try breaking down your meals once a day. Drink a lot of water, a lot of fruit juice, coconut water, watermelon juice, berry juice, seeded grape juice, pineapple juice, all the good shit, right? Because that's going to also suppress your appetite because of the biophotons, the minerals that this juice already have. And then over time, right, your DNA going to start to unlock. And one day you're going to wake up and be like, I ate enough yesterday. I'm good today. So you're not going to eat until the next day. And like I say, disclaimer, I can only say what worked for me, from my perspective, and that's what worked for me. And yeah, I pray I answered your question. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let me see. Somebody asked, okay, Queen Nisha said, so we shouldn't eat past 4 p.m. I'm not saying we shouldn't eat past 4 p.m. All right. Again, I'm not an extremist. But what I can say is that naturally, our body is connected to the sun, right? When the sun is in its highest state throughout the day, between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m., the hydrochloric acid inside of our stomach is high, which means that it is very important to know that this is the perfect time to eat the heaviest meal of the day. So now your body can break it down. Your body has the hydrochloric acid it needs, because now when the sun starts going down, the hydrochloric acid inside of your stomach start going down. So now it's going to take longer for the food to digest, which is hence why a lot of people that eat a lot, right? That a lot of people that eat a lot or eat past 4 or eat past 6 or eat past 8, they don't have dreams. You know what I'm saying? Or their dreams are not as vivid, right? Or they probably can't remember their dreams. What I like to call journeys and travels, right? So just a disclaimer, I ain't saying you should. I'm just here to give you the information, and please convert that information into wisdom and apply it. That's all I ask of you. I pray I answered your question. Let me see, not a question, but I present a different perspective. Consider us not as reflections, but as expressions of the same source. Reflection would imply we are exactly the same. I like that. I like that perspective. We are just expressions of the same source. I definitely agree with that. We most definitely are, because we are connected to source, for sure. I agree with that. I like that. I like that perspective. I appreciate you. Thank you. Gratitude. All right, y'all keep asking me what I'm drinking with my grapes. So it was watermelon juice mixed with activated charcoal and Ethereum gold. Let me see. All right, that's a lot right there. Let me see. What is your boom, boom, boom? Oh, somebody asked me. Okay, Queen Nisha asked, what is your outlook on marriage? Let me see what y'all saying in these comments real quick. I just wrote that in my journal. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. Scientifically and through studies, the body processes everything you consume between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. However, it is recommended to consume the heavier meals during daylight hours. For sure. I'm a dreamer. Someone said that's a bad. Somebody said I'm a dreamer. Someone said that's bad to dream a lot. Whoever said that, you should probably stop talking to him. Where can I get real Cmos? I sell Cmos. It's bromide. So it's Cmos mixed with bladderite. Fruit through the morning, heavier protein like grains and greens in the afternoon, for sure. For y'all that know about my health tip, I do not believe in protein. I believe in simple amino acids, because simple amino acids is what creates the structure of protein. So for sure. Let me scroll up, see what else. All right, some people dry fast. Yeah, I dry fast a lot too. I'm not gonna lie. I dry fast like not all day though. I may dry fast until about 3, maybe 4 p.m. sometimes. For those that don't know, dry fast is like not literally intaking anything, no water, no fruit, none of that. All right, y'all. Have you always been this way? Natural? No, not at all. What? Simple amino acids. Do you sell that? No, Queen. I do not sell simple amino acids. You get your simple amino acids by way of fruit and vegetables, right? It's just enzymes, right? It's enzymes that come together. Simple amino acids create protein structures. Hence why one of the strongest animals in this landfill, right, is a silverback gorilla. What does a silverback gorilla eat? It eat vegetables. Why? Because it's high in simple amino acids. It's high in nitrate and what is it? And nitrogen, which builds, right? Builds the muscles. This is why they are one of the strongest animals. Let me see what else y'all talking about. All right, I'm gonna answer one more question, and we're gonna ask somebody else up in here real quick. Display, you feel me? Or to my mom's be. You feel me? So Queen asks, what is your outlook on marriage and monogamy? Listen, I'm gonna keep it gangster with y'all. I am all for I'm for marriage. I said that. Monogamy, I'm for monogamy and polygamy. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it's whatever well, from my perspective in my realm, it's whatever the universe presents itself. I am definitely okay with spending the rest of my life, the rest of my human flesh life in this realm with one woman. I am also okay with spending the rest of my human life with multiple women, right? So, I mean, it's whatever the universe presents itself, to be honest with you. But I'm for it all, man. You know, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy, whatever completes that bind, whatever the mission is. Because one thing I can say is that a lot of people, one thing I can say is that a lot of women, I mean not women, but a lot of men, right? First off, they want polygamy for just to have fun, which is the low vibrational reason, to keep it gangster with you. You know what I'm saying? Most men, right, want to have polygamy for fun. And that's the lowest vibration. And the reason why I say that is because if you go back in ancient times, right, if you go back to our ancestors, we had polygamy, right? Because of course, even today's time, there's more women than men, right? There's more women than men. So that means that even if every man has one woman, there's going to be a lot of women with no man. So what the idealistic structure of polygamy was more so to build nations, was more so to build tribes, to create generational wealth, not just to have sex and have fun. That's just an indoctrination in the program that a lot of men have today, right? So yeah, you know what I mean? So for the right reasons, I'm for polygamy. For the right reasons, I'm for monogamy. It all depends on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like these type of reasons. Facts, man. Fact. What y'all laughing at? Polygamy wouldn't be for me though. Yeah, for sure. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody, man. And I respect all decisions, man. It's not for everybody, you know. All right, come on, let's ask somebody else up in here real quick. Display, you for me. See what's bracking. Let me see. Okay. We got Zay Taylor. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class.
This See, what's up, man?
Ah, what's poppin', bro?
God,
What's poppin', dog? How you feeling, God?
I'm blessed. I am so blessed, man. I got on here. I fully did not expect to get on here, but I guess I'm supposed to give you this encouragement and tell you how, man, you've touched my life in a phenomenal way.
Mm,
I've been on a spiritual journey. First of all, I grew up in church, and I heard a preacher say recently, "Forget what you heard, get to know God for yourself." And I started doing so. And I ended up coming across the hood healer from my hair, the woman who does my hair. I don't like saying hairstylist. She doesn't style my hair. She's a energy worker because she's a hair worker. And so she put me on. And then I found you. And since I've been listening, right? What you say, listening?
Don't listen. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Since I've been listening, my life has done a 360, I would say.
Wow.
And what I mean by that is this. I heard you talking about school and things earlier, and I've been in this transitionary period. I just graduated with my undergraduate, and I have opportunity to study on the graduate level. And you have to understand that throughout my life, there's been a lot of doors that just fly open. But in this season, there has been a lot of doors shutting in my face, left and right. And what's interesting about that is for the past month, I've been seeing 111, 1111. I don't know. I pick up my phone. I'm at work, and I'll pick up my phone. It's 111 or it's 1111. And I told my brother, who's a minister, about it. I'm like, I keep seeing 111. And we look up, the address on the restaurant that we just ate lunch at was 111.
Wow.
So I'm like, what does that mean? What does it mean? It's a new beginning. But, you know, since I'm here and I'm on here with a spiritual man, you a man of God. I don't know if you know that or not. You are a man of God.
Thank you.
And I want to ask, you know, what does it mean when spirit is saying one thing, but it looks like another? Because it seems like spirit is saying, go, 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 go. But then the circumstances and situations around seem to be saying something different.
I love that. I love that. I love that. That's so beautiful. First off, I'm happy for you. I'm thankful for you for joining the community. I'm very grateful for you. And thank you for sharing your journey. Your journey is very beautiful, by the way. I want you to know that. And the reason why I say that, and I'm glad you asked what you said, because I became an entrepreneur 8 years ago. I was eating, for the first 4 to 5 months, I was eating white rice and ketchup. The white rice was 10 cents. Ketchup was free at Chick-fil-A. I go to Chick-fil-A, get their condiments, come back home, make white rice and eat it. This was me being an entrepreneur. Excuse me. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because when becoming an entrepreneur, there's this saying that the more no's you get, the closer you get to your yes. So the reason why the reason why I bring that up is because it's the reason why spirit, God, Jesus, whatever you shall subscribe to, is telling you to take those chances, yet from your perspective, they're closing. The doors is not closing. What's going on is that this is a path. These are things, right? These are situations that is preparing you for the real door that is for you. That's what's going on. It's not, no doors is closing in front of your face, to be honest with you. You're just being prepared. You're going through what's that word? You're going through initiation. That's what you're going through. You're going through initiation. You're going through different things throughout your life, right? To initiate, to empower you. So now when you get to that door that's meant for you, oh baby, you finna be in there like this here.
Wow.
Because you done experienced everything. You done learned everything that you needed to learn. So you needed all of them no's. Them no's was put there for you for the yes that's for you.
Wow.
It's all about perspective, man. Embrace the journey, man. Embrace. There is no specific destination. The journey is the destination. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. What is for you, and it will not miss you. That which you desire desires you. Telling you, embrace it.
Thank you. Wow. I'm not saying nothing else. I'm back listening again.
For sure.
Woo!
I appreciate you for joining the community.
Yes, sir. God bless
Peace,
you.
God. That was beautiful, man. I'm so happy. That's beautiful, man. Cause I remember my story, man, because me eating white rice and ketchup every day for fucking dinner. The white rice was 10 cents. The ketchup was free at Chick-fil-A. I go to Chick-fil-A, get the condiments, come back home, make the white rice. You feel what I'm saying? And then I'm trying to figure out, man, why shit ain't working. Right? I done bought so many entrepreneur books because I ain't got no blueprint to becoming an entrepreneur. But I done bought so many books to become an entrepreneur, but yet I'm trying to figure out why this ain't working, why that ain't working. Shit, this seemed promising, but it ain't even fall through. Then I read a quote, right? Every no you get gets you closer to the yes. Every door that shuts in front of you is getting you closer to the door that is meant for you. It ain't doing nothing but preparing you. Everything happened for a reason. Baby, you going through initiation. Embrace that shit. I went through my initiation with this tattoo. Motherfucker, hey, this shit hurt like a mug. Yeah, the great chief of all serpents. I went through initiation. No numbing cream. I don't need none of that. I need to feel this. I need to go through my initiation. When I went through my spiritual awakening, my transition, another spiritual awakening last year. Oh, that is what I'm supposed to get. So when I'm activated, just like the Avatar, the last Airbender, his tattoo glow. Yeah, so when I'm activated, my shit gonna glow. My tattoo's gonna glow. Yeah, a whole God out here. You going through initiation, embrace it. Woo-wee. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let me see. Let me add somebody else up in here real quickly. Split, you feel me? I feel the energy tonight. I love this shit, man. I feel the energy. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. I just want to give honor. I just want to pause and just first give honor and thanks to the powers that be that have put me in the position to not just obtain the knowledge that I have, but to convert this knowledge into wisdom. I next give honor and thanks to every being that is a part of this community, because without the community, there wouldn't be a community. I speak life and power to the powers that be. I speak life and power to every being, every soul, every spirit that has entered this community. Yeah, real gangster shit, man. Let me scroll down and see where else we going. We going down to Self-Master Healer. I am Daisha. You raise your hand, come on to the front of the class. What's poppin'? You know I gotta get a little gangster sometimes, y'all.
Peace.
Grand Queen, how you feeling?
Great. How you feeling?
I'm doing amazing.
Okay, so I've been asking this question, but you didn't answer it. So I wanted to ask you,
For sure.
do you know what day of the week you were born and what tribe?
Do I know which day of the week I was born and what tribe I'm from?
Yes, that's two separate.
Yeah, so the day of the week I was born, I do not know, unfortunately. But I will ask my mom for sure.
About your tribe?
Well, the day of the week that I was born.
All you gotta do is go scroll through the calendar, go to your exact birth.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shit. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
So, every day of the week has a spiritual property. I asked you that because you're supposed to, if you don't fast every day, you want to fast specifically on your born day, because that's when you're going to receive the most uploads and divine messages. So I asked you that because that's your spiritual power. I was born on a Friday. I know I saw some women in here, some goddesses that were saying they were born on Monday. So get with y'all tribe, like really connect with them. And yeah, I just wanted to ask you that. And
that's interesting. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, so I follow this guy on Twitter, and he's anonymous. Like, he don't show his face or nothing like that, but he be putting a lot of information out there. I got him on Patreon, and he studies like ancient Kemet, And so he was saying like how, you know, basically every day of the week, and we know this, and they say this in witchcraft and all this other stuff, but each day of the week has a spiritual property. So whatever day of the week you was born, that's the power that you innately have. And that's what, you know, you came here to invoke. So definitely figure out what day. Friday born, I was born on a day that don't exist. I want her to explain that one.
She was born on a day that don't exist, probably because of the leap year, maybe.
Oh.
Well, no, a day that don't exist. I don't know what she mean by that.
There. But like you were saying about the initiation, it's facts. Like once you start waking up to your spirit, unlocking your DNA, and for me that happened too when I became plant-based. Like I had always knew like something about eating animals wasn't right. I used to be like 10 years old sneaking on YouTube watching PETA videos because I'm like just curious kid. So I used to watch that. I used to watch stuff about the Illuminati. I just used to watch everything.
Yeah.
Remember, like, I told my mom, like, yeah, I want to stop eating red meat. I stopped when I was like 12. Fast forward, got to like 17, became pescatarian. My friend, who I had been knowing for a while, came into my life. He had been vegan for like 3 years at this point. He was like, yeah, I got to put you on. Like, you know, half the stuff we eat, we ain't supposed to be eating that. I started watching these documentaries, What the Health, like all type of stuff. And I went from being pescatarian, quitting cold turkey, and just going straight plant-based. And it's been years. And ever since then, like, I have gone through so many changes, like, more than I've been through in my whole life. I'm only 22.
Yeah. Wow.
Still, it's crazy, like, how much you learn when you just detox your life from so many distractions. I just recorded this podcast that I'm going to post. I really want you to listen to it. You ain't got to post it, nothing, but I really want you to listen to it.
Yeah, please. Hey, DM it to me, please.
I sure will. I've been trying to DM you, but I know how you is. I know how it is. Got all these followers, and it's like, you know, who is these people? So I don't even like people DMing me, and I only got like 100-something followers.
Yeah.
I was talking about like how consumption, like how things consume us, and it's just, we become that. And if you are consuming the wrong things, you're never going to elevate to the next level. Your body starts speaking to you. Your creator is going to start speaking to you. You're going to start feeling weird. And that initiation process is so real. That dark night of the soul is so real. I was also talking about, because I went on live the other day, I've been seeing a lot of rainbows. And there's a lot of symbology behind rainbows. I'm like, what creates a rainbow? Water and the sun. If our bodies is 90% water, what happens to me when I go in the sunlight?
I spoke about that before. We like, because it was a guy that was over here talking about crystals. He was saying that he used crystals to, you know, do this, that, and the third. And I was like, listen, I need you to understand something. As you being a carbon neuromelanated dark matter being, your entire structure is made of crystals. If you go in the sun and you look at your skin very carefully, you're going to see every color that possibly exists. You are made up of crystal.
That's
you are a rainbow. You all of that. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, man. I was just seeing all these synchronicities. Like, I had been seeing it, but I ain't never, like, it's crazy how they say when you start waking up, you see more synchronicities. Like, what's going on? It's like, yo, you've been asleep for so long. And it's like, it get crazy though. But yeah, rainbows definitely have a lot of symbology. And I definitely want you to check out my podcast, man.
Yeah, please, man, send it to me, please. I'm gonna make sure I go to my request and look for your name.
Okay, bet. But yeah, when you was talking about DEA, can you elaborate on that? Because my name is Deasia and it got DEA in it, so I'm trying to figure out what's the correlation here. What is DEA?
Yeah, so DEA is deoxyribose etheric acid, right? It's basically your DNA strands having instead of two, I'm trying to find a word. Instead of the 2 strands, you have 3 strands.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. Your DNA carries more information. Your DNA carries more ancient information, more ancient wisdom, more ancient knowledge. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what it is. You have three, that's what it is, the double helixes. So instead of double helix, you have triple helix.
Mm.
It's DEA, deoxyribose etheric acid. You can look it up. Powerful. It's hard to look it up, so you got to do some real research. You know what I'm saying?
Because when we talk about like the GMO foods, they say how the genetically modified foods go from being a double helix to a triple helix. So I'm kind of like,
it's interesting that you brought that up, because next week I'm gonna be talking about food and how they penetrate and how they mess with food. So it's a lot of hybrids, right? It's a lot of hybrids, but you have two different hybrids. You have nature modification, then you have man-made modification, right?
Okay.
Like kiwi is it's a natural hybrid, right? Because nature did it, right? But when you have a cauliflower, right, man did that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's interesting. Like I say, I'm still doing more research on it. I just know that when it comes to DEA, deoxyribose etheric acid, the dark matter energy, we just carry more information. We carry more powers. We are more connected to source, and we have more God powers within inside of us.
Facts. Like, man, I read oracle cards too. I know tarot, but I more so work with oracle because I feel like my ancestors be talking directly to me through the oracle card. And I kept getting the initiation, soul family, soul tribe, Akasha, you are divinely guided, over and over and over in all my readings, like over the span of 2 years. So it's all falling into alignment. I really thank you for letting me back on.
Of course.
Let me know what your born day is. I really
I just pulled it up. I was born on Tuesday, October 1st, 1996.
That's that Mars energy, strength, building confidence, power. That's that Mars energy. I'm actually ruled by Mars, so that's why when I start talking about things I'm passionate about, I get it. But
fire. For sure. I appreciate that. I appreciate that knowledge. Like I said, I'm gonna definitely be looking for your DM when I get off here, Queen.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm still in the process of editing it, so just give me some time. I don't really want to put nothing out there that's not.
For sure. For sure.
I'm gonna let you hear for sure.
For sure. I appreciate you, Queen. I appreciate you for being a part of the community, sharing your wisdom and knowledge.
Yes. Thank you for posting them reels. If it wasn't for them reels, I promise I don't even know how I would have found you, man.
Yeah.
I ain't connected with nobody you follow or nothing. Like,
wow.
Like, yeah, man.
Wow. Yeah, but divine time, divine connections.
I appreciate everybody in the community. I see people following me. Y'all ain't got to do that, but I appreciate that. But you have a good night, and I'm about to go in the audience.
All right, Queen. I appreciate you. Hey, that's a great perspective, man. I ain't never think about that. The day you was born has power. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's very interesting. There's a lot of questions behind that too now. I got a lot of questions now. Right? So, Queen, again, I'm gonna look for your DM because I'm gonna need you to send me the page or whoever you I believe you said a god or a goddess that speaks about that, because now I have questions. And my questions is because we're on the Gregorian calendar, which was switched from the Julius Caesar calendar, which was switched from the Mayan calendar and etc. Right? So our days and years is misconstrued, right? Even in Ethiopia, I believe they have 13 months and they're 7 years behind us. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's dope that you brought that up. I appreciate you for bringing up that perspective and that information. But I have questions now. Because now we got to go back to time. Now we got to go back to days. Like, what is days? Because now if we think about it, right? Oh, yeah, let's get into it. Now when we think about it, right? They tell us that it's 365 days in a year, right? Think about this. They tell us that it's 65 days in a year, but yet we can only name 7 days. Okay, Let me rewind, because I may have lost y'all, right? It's 365 days in 1 year. But yet, we can only name 7 days. See, I got a lot of questions now. Ooh, I got a lot of questions now, Queen. I like I said, I appreciate the perspective and the information and the knowledge. But please, I'm gonna be looking for your DM, because now I got some questions. I got some questions, man. We gotta, because like I said in the beginning, you know, we questioning time. Like, what is time? It's now. What is today? It's now. So now, if whoever you you know, the god or the goddess that you said you got that information from ancient times, now, right? If it is from ancient times, now we got to go back to the ancient time that they were using, right? Because when it comes to ancient time, like for an example, like astrology, right? I'm all for astrology. I salute the people that study that shit for sure. But however, in ancient time, right, astrology, majority of astrology wasn't measured by days and times. It was measured by stars, planets, suns, weather, and all the etceteras. So now, if we do go back to ancient times, we gotta study the days and the calendar and the time that they were on. Ooh, I got a lot of questions now. Now you see how beautiful this is, though, y'all. Think about it. Now you see how beautiful this dialogue is, just off this one perspective, right? Instead, it's just so powerful, because now this is the power of thinking for yourself. This is the power of having a mind of your own, because although you get information, right, you sit back and you think. Start coming up with questions. You know what I'm saying? Start coming up with things to that could maybe be contrary of what the person is. Now, it could be truth, but you got to ask the right questions. It could be truth for 100%, but it's just the power of having your own mind and not being programmed or indoctrinated. Hence, majority of our community. You feel what I'm saying? As somebody tell them something, they take it and run with it. So that's interesting though. That's dope, man. I got a lot of questions on that now though. We gotta go back, man. Asking questions is powerful. Let me see real quick, y'all. It's 11:17 already. Golly. We be on here, but time be going by. I know, right? What is time? Anyway. Let me see. Not a question, just a weekly promotion on retreat. We finna sing campfire songs and beat African drums. Facts. Facts. Hey, we finna, yeah, man. The retreat coming soon, y'all. I promise. The retreat coming soon. I know, man. Let me see. Let me scroll up, man. It's a lot of questions, y'all. How to process emotions in traumatic situations. So somebody asked how to process emotions in traumatic situations. The best way that I can tell you that worked for me was to sit in those emotions and do a lot of shadow work. And also controlling those emotions and allowing yourself to feel those emotions. You know what I'm saying? And again, I can only speak for myself. When it comes to a lot of men, we're not allowed to feel our emotions. If we're feeling sad or upset or want to cry, we've been programmed to not feel those emotions and grow, not go, but grow through those emotions to the point where now they become suppressed. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing that I can tell you is allow yourself to go through those emotions and do a lot of shadow work, man. That's the best thing that I can say, man. I pray I pray I answered your question. I know the community is going to also, you know, drop some jewels down. You feel what I'm saying? I see somebody asking me, what do you use to brush your teeth? I use, I gargle with coconut oil every day, and I brush my teeth with baking soda, and I brush my gums and my tongue with peppermint oil, this herbal tooth powder that I made, you know what I'm saying, and like a little fluoride free toothpaste. So just a little jewel for y'all to brush y'all teeth, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh, okay. I see you, Queen. Hey, listen, it'd be so many questions I couldn't even see it, man. See it as lifelong term. Do you close your eyes? Do you have to close your eyes in order to meditate? I like that question. So somebody asks, do you have to close your eyes to meditate? No, not necessarily. Meditation could be anything, right? Meditation could be anything that stimulates you in a productive way, that stimulates you to become the best version of you. But of course, the general meditation, you know, is the sitting down. Man, are we still on here, y'all? Man, I hope we still on here. I don't see no more comments. Oh, okay, we still on here. All right, for sure. So, but the general breakdown of meditation is mostly, you know, people just sit down and cross-legged and et cetera, right? And I get that, you know what I'm saying? That is definitely one of the greatest ways to meditate, to just be still and to close your eyes. The reason why I say this is because I explained this before, right? When you close your eyes, right? When you close your eyes, you don't see anything. You just see pure darkness, right? It's the reason why, because now you're not disconnected from nothing. You literally, once you close your eyes in meditation, you literally become everything, right? You become everything yet nothing all at the same time. So it's important to, if you are doing that kind of meditation, to sit and close your eyes so you can be tapped into the unit field. So now whatever your intentions is when it comes to meditating, you know what I'm saying, so shall it be. So I pray I answered your question. Man, why I don't see no more comments? Man, this shit tripping, man. I don't see no more comment. I don't see nothing on here no more. That's crazy. Instagram be tripping, man. All right, let me see what time. It's 11:22. All right, y'all. I'm gonna add. Let me answer about 2 more questions. I'm gonna add 1 more person in here, and then we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Somebody said, what about eating fruit 3 times a day? Is that better? Oh, most definitely. Hell yeah, you can eat fruit all day. You have to understand that fruit is the highest frequency of food that you can eat. Fruit is the highest frequency and electromagnetic food that you can eat. You feel what I'm saying? So even drinking and eating fruit before bed, right? Although the body still have to digest, right? Of course, I wouldn't say right before bed, but you know what I'm saying? Like a couple hours before bed, before you go rest, your journeys will be even more lucid. Your journeys, right? Your travels will be even more lucid simply because it's the highest vibrational food there is. So I definitely recommend eating fruit. Shit, you can eat fruit all day. Why not? What? Fucking right. I pray I answered your question. I'm gonna answer 1 more, then I'm gonna ask somebody else up in here, y'all. Then we're gonna get up out of here. Somebody asked me, how are you preparing yourself for your divine feminine partner? By healing myself. That's the best thing that I can tell you. I'm preparing myself for the partner that I am supposed to have by healing myself. I pray I answered your question. I'm going to answer 1 more because that was kind of short. Damn, I wish I could see y'all comments. I know y'all over here going crazy too. Man, that's bullshit, dog.
Why this shit tripping like that, man? Yeah. Instagram. Bullshit. Let me see what else. Let me answer one more question. Let me see. There's so many questions. Somebody said, my melanin doesn't protect me from getting my melanin doesn't protect me to get sunburns, or I have to wear sunscreen. Any alternatives you could suggest? Oh, you have to wear sunscreen. That's interesting. What alternatives could I give you when it comes to the sun? Shit. Keep it gangster with you, probably just gonna have to wear sunscreen, big dog. Yeah. Because if you are affected by the sun, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, ain't really too much you could do. But not be in the sun. You know what I'm saying? That's another alternative. Just don't be in the sun. But obviously you like the sun. Obviously you want to be outside in the sun. So keep it gangster with you, probably gonna have to wear the sunscreen, big dog. I can't intelligently speak on that because I genuinely do not know. You just either don't be in the sun or wear the sunscreen. I pray I answered your question. Let's see, man. Let's add one more person up in here real quick, man. Let me scroll down, see how many people up in here. We got Tyred 222. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. I don't know why I can't see no more comments, man. It's good. Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Uh-huh.
I caught one of your lives a minute ago, and I noticed that you said you don't smoke. Well, you smoke a certain thing. I was trying to see what do you smoke now, because I know you said it give you different experiences.
Yeah, so what I was speaking on was I was speaking on like different I was speaking on different herbs. Like so I used to sell herbs probably about a year ago, smokable herbs, pre-rolls, and one of them was like the I Love You blend, and it was more so, and it's more I basically called them intentional blunts.
Right.
So you put so you put the herbs in there. As you breaking the herbs down, you roll it up in paper, you speak your intentions in it, and now it's like, okay, I'm smoking this for self-love, but it actually has healing properties. You know what I'm saying? So like one of them was lavender, chamomile, mugwort,
Chamomile. That's what it
mugwort,
was.
and blue lotus, I believe. So you mix those together, you smoke it, put your intentions into it. You know what I'm saying? So that was what I was speaking on.
Okay, all right, thank
Yeah.
you. I didn't think you was gonna answer.
Yeah, it's all good.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I appreciate you for being a part of the community.
Oh, anytime.
Yeah, for sure. You have a good one.
You too.
All right. Beautiful. Amazing. Let's add one more, y'all. Let's see what's going on, man. Let's add one more. Let me scroll down. Let me see. Boom. Let's add Kiki. Kiki Lachey, you raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. What's pop? Shani?
Peace, God.
Grand God, how you feeling?
I'm good. I was about to go to my altar and everything. You took the last person. I just wanted to speak on. I really appreciated the queen that came. I think Gimme Simone was her name. When she was talking about healing and the stage that she was in, because it just really made me think about my journey, which I think is a lot of people's journeys, which is like when we're ascending, we have to remember that we're going to lose a lot of people, a lot of things, whether it be friends, partners, jobs. I remember when I was at a retreat and we did like a releasing ceremony. And I wrote, like, I got this paper and it was like, write down all the things you want to release. And I'm thinking, this paper big as hell. Like, I ain't got like a lot of things to write down, but once it started coming, it was flowing. And I'm writing down everything like depression, anxiety, panic attacks, you know, just all these things. And I'm telling you, when I got home from that retreat, literally within a week, shit started falling apart. Falling apart. At least, like, I lost a husband. I mean, not literally within a week, but that's when it started going downhill. Because we have to remember, as we ascend, like you said, I like that you said that we're like the frequencies. We lose things that don't match our frequency. We attract the things that are for us, and what's for us will be for us. So we have to remember that as we release what no longer serves us, that may include a best friend. Hell, that's going to include us. We're shedding of ourselves. So I think it was so beautiful that she came in here and said, you know, her truth, because I think it's all of our truths. We all have to go through these phases of ascension, and I think it's really just a matter of our perspective. We think as a negative, but it's really not. We're not losing things. We're really gaining. We're gaining understanding. We're gaining discernment. And one thing I wanted to mention too was sometimes we hard-headed. And I know I was ignoring signs. I had a lot of signs that my husband was not for me, but at the time I didn't see my value. I didn't see my worth. So therefore I didn't think I deserved any better. You know, I think that I would have someone that would love me for me. Hell, I didn't love me for me, you know? So when I got to that realization, it was only after my ancestors intervened. And sometimes they do it in a way that fucks up our life, basically. Excuse my pitch, because I had that happen with a best friend. I mean, when I thought back to the situation, it was like, this really didn't make sense why we ended up arguing and kind of like clashing the way we did. He's so hard-headed and so trying to keep things as for us. I don't know how many times I had to fight to try to keep people in my life. I'm a good person. I'm light. Like, I could be a good wife. I could be a good girlfriend. I could be a good friend. I ain't doing that no more.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? If you don't see my value, then you're not for me, period.
Right.
And guess what? Let me help you get out of my space.
Hello. Right. So, that's beautiful. And, you know, it's interesting that you brought that up, because the whole, you know, it's interesting that you brought a perspective up, because I remember having a conversation a while back, and I remember the queen who I was having a conversation with was saying that, hey, either you handle the situation or the universe handles the situation. And if the universe handle the situation, you ain't gonna like it. And it's interesting that you brought that up, because now it's like, okay, again, like when Queen was just on, it's like, okay, well, instead of pointing the finger at them, I gotta point the finger at myself, because I have the power to remove myself or to remove these people, places, and things that surround me that no longer serve me. But because I'm so attached, right? Remember, like I always tell the community, listen, we are connected to everything, yet attached to nothing. We just been programmed to be attached to things. So because we are attached, yet we see the signs, we don't want to detach ourselves. We don't want to let those things, people, places, and things go. So now universe, ancestor, God, Jesus, whatever you shall subscribe to, they come in and say, okay, you want to keep playing? Bet. I'm going to give you something to play with.
And most of our ancestors, they ain't out here to play games.
Hello.
We are healing for them. So they got time. They got no time like we know, but they don't have time.
Facts.
So absolutely. And that is really beautiful. I love the community that you have.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for being part of it, Queen. I truly do.
Ashe.
Asheo. I appreciate you for joining. You have a beautiful night.
You as well, God.
All right, Queen. Yes. Tonight was so beautiful. The energies was high. You feel me? We have vibed out. boom, boom, boom. We had danced a little bit, you feel me? We got a little gangster, we got a little intellectual, we got a little emotional, you feel me? I mean, hey, it wouldn't be a community gathering without the community. It wouldn't be a community gathering without all the natural implements and that which makes the community. It takes a tribe. It takes a village, y'all. It truly do. This is why I created this, man. Because I look at y'all as family, man. One of my greatest families, man. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I honor y'all. I respect y'all. And I truly appreciate y'all for being a part of the community. Because, again, it wouldn't be a community without the community. I just want to give honor and thanks to the powers that be that have given me the position, that have given me the ability to obtain the knowledge that I have, to convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I also give honor and thanks to every being that was on this live, that has been on this live, that will watch this live. I give honor and thanks for you all for taking the time, taking your present moment to listen, to learn, to vibrate on the same frequency, to grow, to transcend, right? I just give honor and thanks to each and every last being for being a part of the community gathering, because like I'll continue to say, it wouldn't be a community without the community. I am also thankful and grateful for every word, every vibration, every frequency that was spoken, that was not spoken out of ego, but spoken out of love, spoken from heart, spoken from life, power, and most importantly, truth. I give honor and thanks, and I speak life and power into the powers that be, and I speak life and power into every being that attended this community gathering tonight. I am thankful and I am forever grateful. And before I leave, I have one more thing to say, to elaborate on. I come as I am. I am who I am. Who I am not, I will never be. Love me for me, or do not love me at all. I am a great man, and I'm going to show you how great I am. I shall leave as I come. Ashe, Asheo, amen, amen. All of the above, to that which you shall subscribe to. Peace.